I'm about to show you right here is this really pretty smoky mauve look. I suggest wearing it for a night out. If you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay, so starting off this look, I'm just taking my paint pot from MAC and Painterly and priming my eyes. And I'm taking my Carli Bybel palette from Beige Cosmetics and taking the vanilla shade in the corner and just making that the base for my eyeshadow. So I just apply this with my finger. I find it a lot easier. It's just a base shade, so it actually sticks better. It's more noticeable than using a brush. For me, do whatever works for you, honestly. And then I'm taking this Revlon. It's just a black pencil liner, lining my waterline. As you can see, my brows, my foundation are already done. I can do a video if you want to see a more in-depth, can't speak, in-depth tutorial on that. Then I'm just drawing the base, I guess you could say, for my wing eyeliner. I like to draw it with pencil first, just because it's a lot easier for me to trace where I want the wing to go with pencil. Everybody knows that liquid is pretty hard to use and moves around very easily, so if you have something already drawn out, it does help out a lot. I don't even fill it in. I know it looks crazy, but I actually apply this before I start to do any other eyeshadow crease colors or any blending, nothing like that, just as soon as I have my base eyeshadow on. And next I'm going to go in with a mauve shade from the Carli Bybel palette. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush and just blending that into my crease. You want to make sure everything's really even, clean. That's really what it's about. It might take a while, but blending is very important. And what I do is I just pack on color and I keep blending. That's the key. So it's not the darkest mauve shade. Well, actually it is, because the next one's kind of like plumish, but I really like that color. I think it's really pretty. It blends very, very nicely. I'm obsessed with her palette. So I'm just blending. Then I'm taking Raw Power from Kat Von D. I actually saw this when I went to the Sephora in New York City. The girl introduced it to me and I fell in love with it. It's super pretty. I don't even know how to describe the color. It's not like a plum, it's more of a burnt red plum, if that makes any sense. So once again, I'm just packing and blending. I always pack into the corner and crease and blend. And then I'm taking the plum shade from the Carli Bybel palette in the top corner. And I'm just blending that in as well. We'll pack and blend, pack and blend. It is a process, but in the end, it turns out really, really nicely. And the fluffy brush I'm using is actually from one of my Urban Decay Naked palettes. I'm taking this black shade. It's from the Shade and Light Eye palette from Kat Von D. All products will be listed in the bottom bar below. I'm just packing that in, then once again blending it out. Black's a process because when you pack it, oftentimes when you start to blend, it turns gray. And if you really want that color to stand out, you're going to have to keep packing and blending. But as you can see, we're not losing the color of the mauve shades that we have going on. Just keep blending. I'm taking my Sephora by Sephora, it's the Precision Black liquid eyeliner, and now I'm just filling in what I had created before, and it's a lot easier. I probably could do it freehand because I've been doing liquid liner for a long time now, but I've just gotten so used to my technique. I also find it really, really helpful if you're really not used to using liquid eyeliner or even gel. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to get used to, and if you have something to go off of, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm still not 100% done with my shadow. I like to go in once everything like mascara and lashes are on and go back in and just touch everything up again. As you can see before, I did go back in with the lighter vanilla shade on my lid, just because of the fact that I want to keep things really, really bright on the center of the lid. I'm taking my Lash Accelerator from Rimmel. This is a drugstore mascara. I just like to coat my lashes before I do falsies. I don't really need false lashes, but they do really add something and they're so much fun. So, you know what, I've just gotten used to them now and I can't live without them. I'm taking the Goddess lashes from KOKO lashes. I love these lashes. I first saw these in Nicole Guerrero's one of her tutorials, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, I need these lashes. Look at the difference. Like, come on now. So, just blending again. And then I'm going to apply my glue to my falsies. You want to let it dry for about 20 to 30 seconds. If you don't let the glue dry long enough, it's just not going to stick. It's just going to be messy. It's never going to get into place where you want it. You could end up getting glue on your eyeshadow, and you don't want that. So I don't even use an applicator. I just use my fingers. I know some people use tweezers. It's just whatever works for you, honestly. And you want to get it as close as to your natural eyelashes as possible. You don't want any gaps. That's really important. I don't know what that face was, but I'm next taking a NYX. It's a white, it's very, very creamy, but it's a white pencil eyeliner, and I actually picked it up in the drugstore. I think I was at CVS. It works really, really well. I don't use it in the whole rim usually because I don't like the way that looks, but I do put it in the inner corner of my lower lash line. I think it adds a lot. So next I'm taking this Pierre, I think that's how you pronounce it, Cosmetics. I'm obsessed with this shade. It's in Champagne. It's one of their loose shadows. I actually use it more for a highlight shade. And now I'm smoking out the bottom lash line with more of the Shade & Light Kat Von D palette, the black color. Just applying that on my lower lash line. And it's okay to mess up, as you can see. But I did highlight my inner tear duct, I guess you could say. Inner corner, sorry. And now I am putting mascara on my lower lashes just to blend everything together. I feel like when you have a lot going on at the top, you need to add shadow, and liner, and mascara to the bottom always because it needs to be balanced out. So I'm applying mascara to my falsies just to blend my real lashes with my false lashes. And I wish things went that fast. There's a weird face for you. Next we're going to go on to contouring, highlighting, all that fun stuff. So I'm taking this bronzer. It's from Milani. It's a decently pricey for a drugstore product, but their products are really great. I love Milani. And I'm just using a big fluffy brush that I got from a Beige brush kit and applying this. You want to make sure you drag it down your neck because you don't want to be 50 shades of tan or 50 shades of pale or whatever. You want to make sure everything matches. So this is actually one of my favorite concealers. It's the Age Rewind from Maybelline, and I'm just doing triangular motions on my cheeks to conceal under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead. As you can see, I had a little spot that I didn't like as well on my forehead that I wanted to cover, and I do also go on my chin. So now that we look crazy, we're gonna take a damp beauty blender. And what I do here is I just press it into my skin. You don't want to smear it necessarily. You want to just do little tiny like bop, 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 bop motions all over your skin. This is going to blend the product in the best. Don't like swipe and drag it. Just press it into your skin. And make sure your beauty blender is damp. I have a hard time using it when it is dry because the product does not blend as easily. So next I'm taking, I believe this is the Maybelline, I don't even know what it's called. It's Fit Me Concealer, but it's a pressed powder. I'll link everything below. I do this because it's really, really light and bright, and it brightens everything up. And as if I couldn't add any more brightness, I'm using the Contour and Blush Pop from BH and using the whitest shade and mixing it with this slightly peachier light shade and going right over exactly where I highlighted before. I want this area to stay very, very bright. It's really important because once you add your, which is what I'm doing right now, once you add your bronzer and start contouring your cheeks, you want the center of your cheek to still remain very light as especially under your eyes. So I am just carving out my cheekbones right now. If you can't figure out where that is, I suggest making one of those stupid faces like I just made and just sucking in your cheekbones. And you should feel the hollowness underneath your cheekbone, and that'll show you where to draw the line. I do contour my nose. I'm not really sure how to do it. My nose is crooked, so it's not very easy for me to contour my nose, but I try. Another cute face. Not really. And I'm taking my Beauty Blender again and just kind of buffing out the nose contour. I honestly just use my finger normally like I'm doing there because the line is so thin that you don't want to take a big brush because it's not going to be precise, and what's the point of using a thin brush to contour and then blending it out with something that's going to just destroy all the work you did. I'm taking this brush, it's from BareMinerals, I'll link it down below, I'm not really sure the name, and it has no excess product on it. That's very important because I used to put excess product on it when I would blend out my contour, and it would add so much more and it would just be way too dark and not look natural at all, and that's not what you want. So I'm trying to blend everything out. I'm also going back in, buffing out. It's a process until you get it to your desired look. Blending, 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 blending with a fluffy brush, and also adding more highlight to my face with that white shade. Trying to keep everything as bright as possible. That's a BH blush palette. Not sure what my face is doing there again. But I'm taking more of this like pinky mauve blush, and I just put it right basically on top of my contour. But I also like to focus on the apples on my cheeks, keeping things very pink, it adds more like life to your face, giving yourself some color. I'm going back in again and just blending everything together. And I'm singing. So this is my Becca and Jaclyn Hill collaboration. I am literally almost done with it. It's very depressing. Champagne Pop went so fast, but I'm taking, oh my gosh, I forget the name of the shade. I'm going to list it down below, but it's the darker red one, and it's just like a blush highlight. Now it adds a lot of shimmer. I think it's really, really pretty. I can't believe I can't remember the name, but it will be listed down below. And I just put that as on top of my blush. Then I spray my brush, my highlight brush, with some Fix Plus from MAC, and I'm taking the Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's in Gleam, and I'm taking Starburst, and I'm putting that on top of my cheekbones, all over, everywhere. Just, I live for highlight. Highlight has to be my favorite part of makeup because I just love the glow it gives to your skin. It's very pretty. It's just, it gives so much life to your face. So I'm just blending that in. Once again, taking a fluffy brush and trying to blend everything together. There's a nice look of how Starburst looks. I think it's super gorgeous. I love this kit. So I'm actually just highlighting down the bridge of my nose now. I want to bring forward my Cupid's bow as well. I know that looks a little crazy, but we blend everything out. The tip of my nose, my my brow bone, and I already did my inner corner of my eye. But that's just going to bring light to places where you want to highlight, where you want to seem slimmer, like down the bridge of your nose, you want your nose to seem slimmer. It's a really good trick. And that was actually, I used Bellamia Cosmetics, that Champagne Loose Shadow. I actually used that to highlight. I think it works beautifully. And as if I needed any more highlight, I'm taking the Naked Illuminated Powder from Urban Decay. It's literally just glitter is what it looks like to me, and I love it. I love it. So I took a fan brush and I put that all over my cheekbones on top of my highlight. This is the Kat Von D Liquid Lipstick in Lovesick. I am obsessed with this color. I can't even get into it enough. I've been looking for a pink shade like this for a very long time, and I actually went to go purchase it Black Friday. And when I went to the store, they were all sold out, so she ordered one for me online from Sephora. And I'm so happy she did because I can't find it anywhere without spending so much money on it. As you can see, I just messed up too, which is fine. It does have a decent drying time, so if you mess up, you can remove it easily before this liquid lipstick locks into place, which is exactly what it does. It dries matte, it dries beautifully. I love the pink color. I think it's very, very complimentary to my skin tone, but it would be better if I was tanner, but whatever. So I'm not sure what look I'm giving you there, but I am just lining my lips with a rosy rim from MAC. And I don't really need a lip liner at this point, but I don't know, I always like to add one because it makes the edges more crisp. But if you know what you're doing with the liquid lipstick, you shouldn't really need a liner. So as you can see, I'm just filling that in, blending everything together. And I'm going to shake up my Fix Plus and spray my whole face just to set my makeup. I'm actually really looking to try some new setting sprays. I do love Fix Plus, but I run out of it so easily and I hate that. So then I'm just fanning myself off to make sure that it's not so wet. And then I am just I'm dancing. I don't know why. Probably Justin Bieber music on. Yep, what do you mean? And then I'm just blending everything out, pressing everything into my skin. I like to do this after I apply my Fix Plus just to make sure that it's not, that everything's locked in. I think that really helps. So there's just a fluffy brush and just going over everything, making sure everything's blended and seamlessly put together so we have no harsh lines. So yeah. Next, I just fixed my hair a little bit. It looked so much better when I did it in the morning than I waited so long to film. I just took the clips out and just fixing my hair to my likings, which I don't even like the way it really looks, but there you go. Total disclaimer, this is my first YouTube video. I still don't know what I'm doing when it comes to editing, filming, lighting, so please just bear with me. Thanks.